Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I'm going to just jump into this. So I hope everyone is enjoying some good weather. It feels like spring, summer. People are out, smiles are happening, and masks are off. So it's nice to be back in in-person events and really connecting with people. So the first thing I want you all to jot down is within now and before the end of September, every person should have at least one in-person client get-together. Start connecting with people again. So we talked about this last week or a couple weeks ago, this curve of technology and information available to consumers each year becomes more and more and more and more. So if you think about this very pragmatically, a client 5 years ago was easier to convert than a client 4 years ago. And this trend just keeps continuing. Because if you look at it, all of these third-party platforms, all of this information that's available to people looking for homes online, is it becoming more? Is it becoming less? More, right? So what we all need to do is this. Number one, we need to adopt a newer way of thinking. We need to stay ahead, right? And part of staying ahead is becoming really aware of what's going on around you. Now, your competition is no longer other agents. It's actually technology and the internet. Have you ever thought about it that way? Anybody? Raise your hand if you have. Hit yes. A few of us, right? So part of this is understanding if our clients are online, and we're going to do looking to buy a home. Now, if our clients are online, where does it start? Where does it stop? How well do we know the journey of the customer today? So if I was able to ask any of you, and feel free to unmute yourself, if I look at a website like Zillow, can you tell me what the client search experience is like on there? Anybody?
Yes.
Who's that person?
Margie.
Oh, it's my lucky day.
And I was in Larchmont for dinner last night.
Really?
Yeah, my daughter lives there. Stop by for dinner.
Small world. All right. So tell me, what is the client? What are their options for finding for scheduling a showing? There are two types.
They can do the schedule it, and it goes to the agent that pays to be the premier Zillow agent. They think they're talking to the listing agent, but they're not.
There's actually two types of showing on Zillow now. You can schedule an in-person showing or a video showing. So now when they're looking on there, what other information do they share when sharing a house?
What do you mean, what other info? I mean, they can scroll down and see similar properties. They see the Zestimate. We are premier agents, so we get calls all the time, 24/7. And I will tell you, probably 80% the first things they say, are you the listing agent?
So a couple things, right? Write this down. Number one, how do they schedule showings? What are the showing offerings? Number two, the dialogue of, are you the listing agent? Number three, being very aware of what else is in that toolbar. So okay, let's pull this up. Margie, what's the zip code you work in?
Do 02655 Osterville. I think that's a zip code.
All right, so here's what we want to pay attention to. They have an estimated payment. You can get pre-qualified. They have his estimate. Request a tour is promptly here. Contact an agent. So I want to know what the difference between this. Look, you can click in for financing, or this. You can video chat or in person. And this is how easy they make it, right? So they have the property information, the overview, how many people watch it, save, so on and so forth. Pre-qualifying, that's the second time. Travel times, you can add a work destination. Look again, here's the call to action. Take a tour of the buyer's agents in person or video chat. Facts and features. Look, they see Internet Resource Center. I would click all of these things. Again, contact an agent. Estimate history, pricing history. They break down the monthly payment costs. The rental value, nearby schools, similar homes, and personal guides. The walk score, nearby home, local protections, more homes for you. And here's some ads. And then here are the other nearby cities, meaning like, hey, if you're looking here, you might want to look in some of these areas, neighborhoods, zip codes. Margie, is the information they're sharing accurate here? Oh, wait, unmute her. Oh, wait, hold on.
I think most of it is, sometimes they're old. If an agent doesn't update the listing, it's not updated on there. And you know,
But in
we all
general,
know
about the town, the community, that stuff
Yep.
is correct.
Mhm.
Is that a lot of information that somebody has for free? If you go back before, was that all information that we have in our heads?
Yep.
So here's what I need all of you to do. Number one, you all need to go to your local zip code and you need to obsess to understand what they're going through. Meaning, make pretend you're a buyer now. So add to your notes, create a fake Gmail account or another Gmail account. It's not fake. Now go on this website and start searching as if you were searching as a buyer. Now, I want you to sign up to receive updates, like become a client, right? At some point, they're going to ask you for their email address. You have to know where that is. And if you're in New York City, you're going to want to do this on Street Easy. Now, what we're looking for is a clear understanding of what our client experience is. Do you know why this is? Anybody have an idea? Yes, so we can add value. Tamina?
I was gonna say so that you can compare like what your service offerings are to how easy it is for them also.
What we want, I'll go back to a line. Every one of these web portals starts here and ends here. That's the nature of any business, right? There's a clearly defined scope of services that they offer. We need to understand where their search and everything falls off and where we can start to add value. It's not exceed. Exceed implies offer more. How we can offer a clear continuation, right? So, all right, Julie, I'm going to unmute you now. So in the main line, good morning, in the main line where you are, right? Someone could be looking for a house in a suburb, on a cul-de-sac or something else. But generally speaking, people looking for those homes, what other things, if I lived in that community, would they want to know about?
Oh, schools, number one, typically, amenities, commute
Kind of
times,
amenities.
stores, restaurants, parks, you know, convenient to all of these things.
Stores, restaurants, parks, right? Really? Write these three words down: explore, experience, dive. Where do I go? What can I do here, right? Like, are there street parades and, you know, fairs and all that stuff, and where the best foods are? So what you want to be able to do is when someone calls you and is looking on one of these websites, oh, where are you looking? Zillow. I always have this joke that I always tell people, I have a really good idea. Let's meet someone for the first time. Let's build a relationship on telling them that they're wrong. Right? Because that's what we generally do. Oh, if you're on this website, you're missing out on this and you're doing this. And like, look, they could have chose to go anywhere and that's where they chose to go. So don't tell them that they're wrong, right? That's not what you want to do on your first date. It's bad.
Well, what if they ask if Zestimates are accurate?
I would always make a joke. If any human being or company could predict the value of a home, they'd be the richest people in the world. Right?
True.
That's one. Number two, I would go to the Zillow, the small terms of service under this estimate. It says it's an estimate, that it's not accurate. Their disclosure legally actually says that it's like pretty much full of crap. So that's the second part. Number three, if you meet someone and they're looking for a home, you're going to say, yeah, I found these homes that I like and I'm thinking of showing. You're going to say, great. So, where are you looking for them? Where have you found the homes? Oh, I found them on Zillow. Oh, so you're probably enjoying these few things. And they're going to be like, oh, yes, you're right. And you're going to say, great. And now that you've done the research, you're going to be able to say, excuse me. I think I lost part of my voice on the West Coast last week. You'll be able to say, we know that our clients that are looking in these areas similarly also want information on blank. And do you know what they're going to say?
Of course.
Oh, wow, I was just thinking about that and I couldn't find it online. So I call this the Google search game. You're going to go be a buyer and you're going to make up your client avatar. Like, who's the client that generally searches for you the most? And you're going to write down what they're looking for in a house, like make it T, right? Here, if this thing was a piece of paper, let's split it right down the middle. One side would be all the things you're looking for in a home. The other thing, based on your ideal client, are all the things you're looking for in a community that you can't find on these websites. Now, if you're able to put the two of those together and you practice and you understand the client experience, it becomes very easy to add value. Does that make sense to everybody? Have we ever thought about it like this? No. Are we going to think about it like this? Yes. Because look, it is great that we can offer private exclusives, off-market properties, but that also implies that they've never talked to another Compass agent. This is the essence of getting inside of our client's brain. So who would like to be, who would like to do a live demo of this with me? Anybody? Don't all rush at once.
I'll do it because I get the calls all the time and it's like my least favorite thing to do.
And I love hearing you speak. So this is very good for me. So here
Why don't you
is,
let me be the caller? Let me be the client.
no, I don't want you to do, I don't want to do a role play.
Okay.
I actually want to walk through how to build this list for everybody so that they actually know what to do. So Margie, you're going to get the benefit of doing this live. Here, hold on. I'm going to open up a doc. All right, so start telling me when your clients are looking for homes online, what are they looking for?
I think first they look for price,
Okay.
towns, location.
Okay.
I do not find that they look for amenities on Zillow. I find it's mostly the price and the location. They do look at the schools. We're
Bedrooms.
much more in a second home market. And I will tell you, marinas and docks for us.
And is that something available online?
It's usually in the description of the property. DOCKS.
I tell you guys all the time, I can't spell. Okay. So these are all things that they look for that are available through Zillow, correct?
That I experienced.
Okay, so now I would do this in a table view, but I'm just not like a document master. All right, so now that you've had these conversations over and over again, people that are looking for this generally want blank that's not available on these websites. What are those things?
Type of neighborhood.
Elaborate on that.
Large neighborhood, side street, side of town. Miles from the beach for us.
So specific type narrowed down from a general area. Distance from beach as well. We'll just say distance from beach. What else?
That's probably, I mean, for the, usually the first call when you get the first call, that's about the most.
Well, let's go deeper now, right? Like when people move there, live there, getting closer, like what are all the additional things that you help people with? I know it's more than these two things.
Construction workers, handymen, number one.
So it's a
Vendors,
local
I guess.
contact,
I call them vendors.
local vetted vendors, okay.
Country club information, they will come to us usually first.
Okay.
When I'm dealing in the suburbs, they do talk about schools. I'm very cautious about talking about schools, but schools are a big thing in the suburbs, not so much down the Cape. When we sell off Cape, schools are more important.
Fair housing rules from the 1900s, go on. What else?
Not the first call, but as you're looking with them, resale value.
I want you to go deep, right? Not just first call, because the thing is understanding the actual arc of this client, because this person needs all of this, right?
True,
So if you
then I
think
would say true comparable properties, especially now.
Valuing the potential purchase.
Mortgage people and rates.
They really, so you're saying that they rely on you for mortgage information and rates versus the internet and other information?
They start on the internet, but they ask us.
So here, I'm going to stop this for 1 second. This is really why it's important to do this exercise, right? The whole goal of this is that other column to be things that they're not going to find on the internet easily on their own, right? So like, I would not suggest anyone talk now like, oh yeah, I have the best lend. Like, if you want, do you need a recommendation? If not, like, I would start the conversation with lenders saying most people have their own. And if you'd like us to provide someone that we've worked with in the past and their clients had success, happy to do so. If not, don't get into the rates and all this stuff with the people necessarily, right? Because I also think, there's only a certain amount of time you have with people, and that's not necessarily, I would say, the most effective time you'd spend with them, right? So go back to that whole, like, how are you going to live in the community, right? Like, you're going to say, if you're looking at a house online, I would say to you, Margie, what else are you, I'd love to see how I could be helpful. What else is important to you about this search that you're not able to find on Zillow? And they'll tell you, oh, I've been looking for this. What are you looking for related to the search that you're not able to find on Zillow? Local expertise, daycare, gyms, specialties, food markets. So look, I look at us now more as lifestyle concierge. Because look, all the property stuff has been commoditized. But you have people that live in these towns that literally know all the local nuances, right? Like if I went to the Cape, I'm sure you could tell me where to go, what to do, what are the best places to eat. Community events is another one. Now think about this. If you were looking for bike trails, that's one tab. Places to eat, that's another tab. Daycare, that's another tab. Gym, that's another tab. Food is another tab. Beaches is another tab. Do you guys see the common theme here? These are literally 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different tabs. So here is our assignment. We're going to figure out what all these tabs are, and we're going to start working on them. And tomorrow, I'm going to have 2 of you present them. I'm going to have several of you present them to the group. And we'll give some critique and feedback. Sound good? So now we have time left. I want to see who has questions about this. Because look, once you understand this framework, it's something you can repeat over and over and over and over again. It's not going to change, right? What's being offered on these websites? What are our clients looking for, right? And what do we offer that's not on these websites? That's a continuation of their search. Don't try to explain to them why they're wrong. Explain to them how you can add value based on where they are. If I was looking for a suburban home, I'd want to know what neighborhoods are socially friendly, parents and kids, meaning are there neighborhoods with kids actually running around playing outside? See, Ian's from New York City. He's moving to the burbs. That's what he wants to know. I'd actually want to know that too. I think it's great to put this in a digital relocation guide, Tamina. Look, organizing things for people in one place is really valuable, right? Think about it. A luxury experience is something that you are willing to pay for and you know you can't do it on your own and you value it, right? Luxury is curated. Luxury is thought out. Luxury is simple. So if you can provide your clients this, look, a home is a home, right? If you think about it, what happens? You wake up in your house, you take a shower, you eat breakfast, and you leave. And you're gone 8 to 10 hours a day. Then you come back home for a few more hours, and then you wake up and do that again. So in essence, the majority of your house is lived outside your home. And our job is to figure out how to pair the right home with the life and lifestyle you want in this community. And if you can understand that and understand how to obsess over the search and the details, then you're really going to win. But if you don't go on these websites and make yourself the client, then how do you exactly even know what they're going through? You're not going to know. And there'll always be a gap. Wayne's client wants a concierge. I want to raise your hand. Who doesn't want a concierge? By the way, I could say this to myself, and I've shared this with you all many times. My friend Karen Scott, who's our realtor, I use her as a concierge all the time. I just called her last night. I'm like, Karen, do you know a great place that has like sashimi takeout? Like, these are the kinds of questions that I ask. And she goes, oh, yeah. She's like, I'm so happy you call me all the time and not go on the internet. And I got a great place to go to. So that's something to think about. So 3 actions. Number 1, make yourself the ideal client. Number 2, make the list of what your clients are looking for online. Number 3, make the list of what you offer. And tomorrow, we'll present a group of these and we'll understand how to put this whole dialogue together. Sound good? But guys, this is how we stay ahead. Because if we keep trying to offer our clients the same things that they're getting on the internet for free, we're going to become obsolete with the quickness. So listen, I hope everyone has a great start to the week. I'm excited to continue this journey with you tomorrow. And hopefully my voice will be fully back by then. So love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.